Hey guys, it's Sophie. Welcome back to my channel. So today's video is going to be me just getting ready and giving you guys a life update because a lot of things have changed, and the last time I did a life update was literally, I just looked, it was like beginning of October of 2019. So I haven't updated you guys on things. Yeah, I've updated you guys on like videos I'm doing and like Solomon's music, my boyfriend's music, but like my personal life, I haven't really given you any updates, and I want to because I feel like, you know, like you have to get to know me. So I'm going to do this. I'm going to get ready because today is November 7th and it's our little month anniversary. I know we've been together for over 2 years now, but the 7th of every month is kind of just me and Solomon's date night. So I'm going to get ready for that. And then we might go over to our friend's house and film a video for you guys. We're going to do married versus dating, so you know each other better. Because even though they're married, they've been together for like 3 years, I think. And we've been together for over 2. So like we're kind of like close in like knowing each other. I don't know. I don't know who's gonna win. I have no idea. It doesn't really matter because I know that they love each other and I know that me and Solomon love each other. So it doesn't matter. It's just like a fun little challenge. But hopefully we can film that for you guys today too. But for sure, I'm going on a little month anniversary date with my boyfriend. And I have to get ready for that because look at me. I look not good. Alright, like me without makeup, a little scary. Some people without makeup, they look gorgeous. Just me personally, I look like a foot. But anyway, before I get into this, like doing makeup, I'm already getting emotional. So at the beginning of September, this is why I waited a couple months to do this video. My little baby girl, I'll pop a picture up on here for you. She passed away, and it's like, I know she was, you know, she was a dog, and sometimes people don't understand why people get so sad when pets die, but that was one of the worst days of my life. And I just loved her so much. She was literally like a sister to me. I probably love her just as much as I love my human sister. No offense to my human sister, but like I just really loved her. And she was 13 years old, and you know, she had health problems, but it's still really hard to lose a pet. It was my first time ever losing a pet. Like I got her when I was 8 years old, so I never lost a pet before. But yeah, at the beginning of September, she passed away, and it's been hard on all of my family. We all loved her. Like going over to my parents' house now is just so strange. And my parents want another dog, but they can't decide, like, do they want a dog that's just like her, or do they want like a different dog? Like it's really hard, and they don't know like when they'll be ready for another dog. And my little brother's only 9, and I think it's really important to grow up with a pet. Just gives you responsibility. It helps you love better and care more. So I really want him to grow up with a pet, and I really want us to get a dog. Just for us to have one, and especially when we get married and have kids, I want them to grow up with a pet. Because I have my cat, but like cats are just different. Like I love my cat, don't get me wrong, but when she passed away, you know, Indy, my cat, didn't want to cuddle with me, you know. Dogs are just there for you in a different way. So that was hard. So I just threw myself into making videos that make me happy. And I love fall, so I just threw myself into making all these fall videos. And I threw myself into going to pumpkin patches and going to scary houses and to watching Halloween movies. And I just threw myself into doing things that I love because that was really hard for me. Sorry, my phone's going off. But even like 2 months later, I'm still crying about it. Like I waited a while not to talk about it because I didn't want to get emotional on camera, but it's really hard. Like I loved her so much, and I'm gonna miss her forever. So yeah, her name was Holly. She was a little black Doxy Poo. She was half wiener dog, half poodle, and we got her around Christmas time in 2007, so we named her Holly Joy. Perfect Christmas name, right? And we just loved her so much. So that's the first update. I'm sorry I cried. Didn't want to, but you know, couldn't help it. Alright, I hope you guys could understand what I was saying when I was crying. Hopefully you could understand what I was saying. And I look like awful, so I'm just gonna let my face go back to normal before I put makeup on. My eyes and stuff are puffy, and my my cheeks are kind of red, so I'm just gonna talk more. And I also got a new job. It's so funny, the last life update I gave you guys on this channel like over a year ago was me getting a new job as well. And oh, that job killed me. Like, it was so draining for me and just so awful for my mental health. Like, I would park my car before walking in the morning and just like want to cry, or I did cry, because even though it was a good job technically and I had such wonderful coworkers, I really did, I miss my coworkers. That's the only thing about that job I miss. It was just not for me. I worked for a healthcare company. I did more like secretarial things. Like, I was on the phone all the time, and I had to wear a headset every day and just sit in a cubicle on a computer all day. And that was not good for me. I went from a job where I worked with kids, so I was always moving and always like running around, to a job where I was in a cubicle with a headset on, and I like couldn't get up for 8 hours, and I had to just like listen to patients just like tell me what's wrong, obviously, or like try to get them their nurse. And there'd be so many times where like I couldn't get a nurse for them because they were busy, or I couldn't get a doctor for them because they were busy. And, you know, people get really upset because like it's their health, so, you know, they take it out on, you know, us, like, you know. And then when I could transfer them to the nurse or the doctor, it's like, oh, thank God, like, I just want to help you in any way I can. Or they'd be like, what, my appointment got canceled today? Like, I need this appointment, yada yada. I was like, well, I mean, I can't control, like, yeah, like, the doctor's sick today, the doctor went out of town, the doctor took today off, like, I couldn't do anything about it. Or they'd be like, well, I need an appointment today, and I was like, we're all booked, or like, you're gonna have to see a new doctor, and they don't want to do that, so they would get mad. And just working with patients is just not for me. I've never worked in like with healthcare before. Like, I wasn't doing a healthcare job, I was doing a secretarial job, but like it was for a healthcare company. So like I had to talk about like, you know, what symptoms they were having, or like, you know, like if they're having trouble breathing, if they were bleeding. And that was always really hard. And they'd be like, should I go to the ER? And I'm like, I'm not a nurse. Like, all I can do is transfer you to a nurse, or you can just go to the ER, you can just call an ambulance. It was just really hard for me because I love to help people. So like in those situations where I couldn't help people, or I couldn't get them a nurse because they were busy, or I couldn't transfer them to their doctor because they were busy, or I couldn't get them on an appointment when they wanted because it was all booked, or like I couldn't get them their prescription because they waited at the last second to renew the prescription, and like the doctor just didn't have enough time to sign it, you know, like sign off on it. Like, that's hard for me. I really like to help people, so when I couldn't help people, that was already really bad for me. And then you have people just screaming at you for things you can't control because, you know, like they're stressed. Like, that's something that's, you know, perfectly reasonable to be stressed about, but I just couldn't take it. I couldn't take it. It was so bad for my mental health. I miss my coworkers though, they're amazing. Some of the patients were nice. Some of them were like, oh, okay, like I understand, like thanks for trying to help. Like, some of them were nice, but a lot of them were just mad, and they take it out on us because we're the only ones on the phone to listen to it. So it was just not for me. It was a good job. If you can handle stuff like that, then, you know, go for it. And I so appreciate healthcare workers, especially now. I always have, but especially during a pandemic. I wish that I could have mentally handled it, but I couldn't. So I don't work there anymore, and I'm a host at a restaurant now, and I like it. It can get really busy at times, which sucks, especially since I'm the only host for most of the days that I work. But I like that I'm moving around all the time. I don't really have to be on the phone much. It's more like I'm seating people, or I'm making to-go orders. Like, I like that I'm moving and I'm not constantly on the phone and constantly on my computer. Like, I like that I do a little bit of everything and that I'm moving and I'm not in a cubicle. I hated being in a cubicle. Just being in that cubicle made me want to, like, I don't even know. It was so bad. I just hated it. I decorated it and everything. Like, it looked really cute in there because I like tried to make me like it. But me in a cubicle, I did not like it. I just felt like it was like a jail cell. Like, I don't know, I hated it. And wearing a headset, hated that too. Like, ooh. I mean, I'm really grateful I had that job. Great experience, you know. It gave me the money I needed to live. So I really appreciate it. But it was just not for me. So I'm glad I have this new job. So far I enjoy it. Let's hope I keep enjoying it. So those are the two big things that I wanted to update you on. And now that my face looks more back to normal, let's give me some makeup because I I don't look very good today. I feel like I need it. So I'm gonna use my Wet n Wild Photo Focus Foundation that I kind of always use. I'm a creature of habit. Don't really use different things too often. If you have any, like, I don't know, what are other good foundations out there that aren't like crazy expensive? Because I just have a hard time spending a lot of money on makeup. It's just like I could spend that on rent or like groceries. Like I just have a hard time spending a lot of money on makeup. I know that the Infallible one, what is it? The like L'Oreal Matte Infallible. I've heard that that's really good from like TikTok, but I don't know. I want to finish this up first, obviously. So if you have any makeup foundation or just any makeup recommendations, there we go, let me know, because I kind of feel like I use the same thing too much. But I'm just gonna blend this in and then we'll get on to concealer. All right, so I just blended my foundation. Now we're gonna do concealer, which is my Instant Age Rewind by Maybelline. And on to happier news. Also in the last, obviously year, I don't update, but I haven't told you guys this at all yet. Or did I? I'm not sure, but my sister got married, so I can pop up some pictures. It was absolutely beautiful. It was at the beginning of October, so the weather didn't like suck yet. Because I live, you know, in Minnesota. Like, it was in Minnesota, the wedding, but I live in North Dakota. So, you know, obviously the weather can be super unpredictable. But no, it was a gorgeous fall day, and they did it at her husband's parents' house. So, you know, nice and secluded, and there's only like family there. So it's only like 30 to 40 people there. So just a nice small wedding. And it was absolutely beautiful. My sister looked beautiful. The way she decorated it looked beautiful. The trees obviously look gorgeous. They have such beautiful property, and it was absolutely amazing. It was one of the best days I think I've ever had, and I'm so happy for my sister and for, you know, my new brother-in-law. It was a beautiful wedding, and hopefully they just have a beautiful marriage and a beautiful life, you know. And it was such a good day. I just look back at it with all the memories. It was all fond memories. It was kind of stressful too though, because I was a maid of honor, so I was in the wedding, and I was also like her videographer for the day. So I had set up a tripod during the wedding, and I had my uncle kind of like move it around for me so I could get the wedding filmed. And I was stressing me out because I was like, all right, sure. Hopefully I can get a video of it for you. And then before and after the wedding, I was just running all around trying to get like clips of like her dress and of the reception and stuff, so I could put together a little wedding video for them, which I finished a couple days ago. I haven't sent it to her yet, but it is finished, so that's exciting. So I have her complete ceremony video that I'm not gonna edit or touch, so she can just have that. And then I made a little video for her that I edited and everything. So I did that. So it was a little stressful just because I was in the wedding, so it was harder to like do outside stuff. But it was still really fun, and I'm glad I did it, and I was like able to help them. Like that was my wedding gift to them, so that's fun. And then Solomon was the DJ at the reception and during the wedding, so he played music during the actual ceremony. And then he also strummed his guitar during the ceremony, so that was fun. And you know, he wore a tux and he looked super nice, and I loved the dress that I wore. You know, you hear the horror stories of like how the bridesmaid or maid of honor like hate the dress that they have to wear. No, the dress that my cousin and I got to wear at her wedding was beautiful. And they were actually bridesmaid dresses my sister wore to her other friends' weddings, and she's been maid of honor and bridesmaid before for her other friends' weddings, and they fit me and my cousin. So she was like, oh yeah, you guys can just have these then. So that was great. I didn't have to like buy them. It was amazing. And I love the colors she chose. She did like navy, like a dark olive, and then like white. It was so pretty. And then she had baby's breath as the bouquets, and then she had some kind of flower, I think a lily in hers, and it was so pretty. I'm jealous. I love fall, and I would love to do like a fall wedding one day, but Solomon loves summer, so he's always wanted like a lake wedding. So I have no idea what we're gonna do if we ever get married one day. But yeah, she had a beautiful fall wedding. It was gorgeous, and both of our families got along super well, and I loved that it was a small wedding. I mean, obviously in times where we are now with the pandemic and everything, we had to do a small wedding, but even if we didn't have to do a small wedding, I think that's the amount of people she would have had at her wedding anyway. Like the people she just is like really important to her. That's all she cares about being there. And me too. Like I know that in the past Solomon has talked about like having a big wedding because he knows so much more people than I do, and he has like more friends than I do, but it's like honestly I would prefer a small wedding, like 50 to 100 people max. Like I don't know, I don't want to have like everybody, like I know their name but I don't know them, you know, like that. Like I'd rather have like a really small wedding with like only the people I really know and really love and who love me. So I don't know what we'll do if we ever get married, but her wedding was absolutely beautiful and I got to be maid of honor for the first time, so that was really cool. And my little brother was he did the rings and he had like a little suit on and he had like glasses on, like he was like a security guard for the rings. It was so cute. And his like little nieces were the flower girls. It was just a really good day. So that's a happy little update. And then I will be right back to powder. I just did bronzer, so bronzer and concealer are done. And then I use the ColorCon bronzer by not ColourPop, Wet n Wild. All right, so I just let my cat in. He was like clawing at the door like, Mom, let me in, Mom, let me in. I actually normally do powder before bronzer, but I guess I just wasn't thinking about it. So I guess I'm doing powder now. I'm using the Rimmel Stay Matte powder. And oh, there he is. Hey, buddy. So not only did my sister get married, she's also found out she's pregnant. So that's super exciting. I'm gonna be a auntie. She's like 15 weeks pregnant right now, I believe. So I'm gonna have a little niece or nephew and be auntie for the first time. So that's really exciting. And my mom has like found all this baby stuff. So in one of the guest rooms at her house, she's already made like a baby room. And my sister's been asking me for like, oh, like, would you like this for a nursery? Like, do you think that would look good in the nursery? And it's so fun just to like know that we have a little baby coming soon. It's really exciting. So that's another piece of news, and it's really exciting. And I'm really happy that all this happy news has come after the sad news that I talked about earlier, because whew, like I know that like she was older and she had health problems, but still, whether you're expecting it or not, it hits you like a ton of bricks when your pet passes away. It's just awful. So I'm really glad that happy stuff has happened since then. I couldn't be more grateful for that. God has blessed us, so that's amazing. And Solomon, of course, has new music always coming out. He just released a song, Looks Like Nothing, yesterday. So I will link his video to that on his YouTube channel. It's really good. And he has it on all the music platforms, so make sure to check it out. It's really good. And yeah, that's like all the big stuff. So I'm just gonna do my eyebrows quick because it always takes me forever. And then I'll be right back with you guys. So I just did my eyebrows, and now I realized I forgot my blush and my highlight. Wow, the like way I do my makeup is so out of whack in this video because I'm not really like paying attention to my makeup. I'm trying to like update you guys while doing my makeup. But yeah, so the next thing I want to talk about is just mental health in general. I'll be honest, when Holly passed away, I feel like my depression came back. I feel like depression never fully goes away. You know, you have the days where you just feel so down and broken. And I got depression at such a young age. I was only 15 when I first started having depression, and it's because something so traumatic happened to me when I was 15. Not to me, but like, I guess, I don't know, like it was traumatic. Like 2 of my friends passed away when I was 15. They were brothers and they were in a car accident. It was super, super sad, and it was the first time I ever dealt with grief. Like, other than my grandpa who passed away when I was a baby, which I don't remember him, so it wasn't that hard for me. That was the first time I ever dealt with death, and it was awful. Just 2 super young, super kind, super bright teenagers just gone like that in a car accident. And they were brothers too, and they're the only children of their parents at the time. I think they've had a baby since then, but it was awful. It was horrible. The whole community heard about it. It was such a big story. And oh my, I mean, I didn't even know them too well, to be honest, because they're at my church. Somebody saw them on church days. I love them so much, and I feel it seems like everyone who knew them loved them so much because they're such amazing young men. And that definitely, it was so hard for me to accept. It was bad. And it was really hard for me all throughout high school, actually. You know, I had a crush on the older brother. I did. I was like, oh, like, I honestly never thought about dating or anything like that, because I saw so many people in my life date in high school and it just went bad for them. So I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna focus on my studies in high school. I don't want to date. I just want to focus on my studies and focus on myself. But once I met him, I was like, I need to know this guy. I like this guy. He's amazing. I just want to get to know him. I just want to be around him. He's such an amazing person. And so when he passed away, I was like, wow, like I don't want to date ever. Like I don't want to date until I feel that way about another guy. And I didn't feel that way about another guy until I graduated high school and I met Solomon. And that was just so hard for me. When you just, I mean, it was really hard for me for a little, like he has a younger brother I didn't know as well. But it was also really hard for me when he, you know, for him to lose him too, because they were brothers and they loved each other so much. Especially the older brother, because I knew him better and stuff like that. But it was awful when that happened. So I feel like my depression literally kicked in then. I mean, it was just grief probably, but I felt like it was depression too. Like it was literally to the point, this is a trigger warning, so you know, careful here. I just trigger warning, but it's about like a trigger warning for suicidal thoughts. My mom was always scared for the first year or two after it happened, because I could never physically harm myself, but I would think in my head like, if I died today, that's fine. Like that sounds good. Like I had depressive thoughts and suicidal thoughts, but I could never actually hurt myself. So that was hard. So I feel like that's where I was like, oh yeah, like I'm not just grieving, like I am depressed. Like I've never had these thoughts before. And like when my dog passed away, I didn't think of like suicidal thoughts anymore, but like all those feelings that I felt from the first time I dealt with grief came back. So I wasn't only dealing with the grief for my dog, I was dealing with the feelings of grief that was coming back from the first time I dealt with grief, because I haven't dealt with grief too much in my life. Like it's only happened twice, so I'm really lucky, but I just don't know how to handle it yet. So yeah, I feel like I'm doing better now. I mean, I still get sad over her like I did just earlier, and I still get sad. I'll be sad about my friends that passed away forever and about my dog that passed away forever. Yeah, with grief, like it just comes and goes. You're never fully over it. You learn to live without them, and you learn to treasure their memories. That's what I feel like happens with grief. It's never fully gone. It's same with depression. I feel like you're never only over depression. Like sometimes your depressive thoughts come back, and you just have to learn to live with them and to grow from them. So I feel like my mental health, depression wise, is doing a lot better. I feel a lot better. I also want to talk about my anxiety. I've always had really bad anxiety ever since I was a kid. Always. I'm like super hard on myself. I'm like super nervous about everything. I overthink everything. I'm always anxious about like everything. So obviously starting a new job, I was super nervous, super anxious. But now that I've worked there for a little bit over a month, I feel like, oh yeah, like I know what I'm doing. I can handle this. So my anxiety was through the roof a little bit for a couple weeks when I first started. But now I feel like it's better. So my anxiety is for the most part under control, so that's good. And then I was feeling a lot of anxiety over just where we're gonna live, because our lease is up in 2 months. So we had to decide, like, are we gonna live here longer? Are we gonna move? And we decided to live here longer, but it's only a 6-month lease, not a year-long lease. I decided that because I do want to eventually move on from here. Like I want a bigger place. This is only a 1-bedroom. Love to have a 2-bedroom so we can have like a filming room and a studio room for him to record things, and to like, you know, maybe get a roommate or get a dog or something. But I decided I want to save up money for another 6 months, and plus if we moved a year from now, we'd be moving in a snowstorm again in December instead of in nice weather in June. So we're gonna be moving in nice weather in June now. But yeah, so that was another thing I was very anxious about, just deciding where are we gonna live, you know what I mean? So now that that's decided, I feel a lot better. I'm sure my anxiety will come back about it in like April or May, when it's like, okay, we gotta find a place now, like a new place. But yeah, so my mental health I feel like is a lot better. And yeah, so new job, doing good. I'm still processing my dog passing away, and I know it was her time. It's just hard, but yeah, I feel like my mental health is a lot better, and I'm really, really grateful for that. And it's because of Solomon and my friends and my family. They're my rocks, so really grateful for that. So now we're gonna move on to eyes. I guess I could tell you what I use quick. I use the Milani Rose Blush in the color Tea Rose, and then I use the Wet n Wild highlighter in the color Blossom Glow. And as you see, my cat is just sitting on my bedside table, being a total creep. Indy, what are you doing? Say hi to the camera, say hi. He's so cute. But yeah, so now we're gonna move on to eyes and put some chapstick on quick. I always think it's important to, you know, hydrate your lips. Make sure you do that, and to drink water. And I've talked about these a lot. It's the e.l.f. bite-sized palettes. They're so affordable. They're like $3. You get 4 shades. The shimmers are really good. The mattes are good. They're just great. I love them. And this is the one called, what is it called? I took the tags off, so now I don't know what they're called, and I feel stupid. I think it's like cream and sugar or something, but it's like the nude palette. It's really pretty. I feel like it'd go good with my sweater today, so I'm going to just do my eyes quick, and then I'll tell you guys what I did. All right, so this is my eyeshadow for today. Not my best, again, as I said, but we're just rolling with it. Today's video is just a mess, but you know, this is 100% real, and just the things I've been hiding from you guys, because, you know, I know that they're kind of messy. Like, struggles with mental health can always be messy. Dealing with a loss is always messy. Like, life's messy. So, sorry that this video is a mess, but at the same time, I want to, you know, let you guys know me and be like true and real to myself. So I'm also not sorry, because if I want to, you know, engage with you guys, you have to know me. So yeah, so we're just gonna do mascara now. I've been using the Princess one by Essence lately because it's amazing, but I'm going back to my tried and true Maybelline Last Sensation because I can't find it. If I lost it, I'm gonna be so upset with myself. Let's hope I didn't. But yeah, for today we're gonna use this. This stuff's still amazing, love it, but I also really love the Princess one by Essence. So yeah, if you haven't tried either one of them, check them out. They're awesome. Okay guys, just finished doing my mascara. Nothing too crazy. I didn't actually tell you what I did for my eye look. Not that it's amazing today, but I'll still tell you. So I took this matte color right here. I feel like it doesn't want to blend, but I took this matte color right here on my base over on my lid, and then I did this darker color, this shimmer color in my crease, and then I did this one in the middle and the inner corner, and then I just blended it all together, and I took that darker shade again under my eye. But yeah, that was my eye look today. And for lips, I don't know what I want to do because, you know, wearing a mask, obviously I have to not wear lip gloss, which I hate because I love lip gloss, but I don't want to get, oh, I found it. Okay, this is the Princess by Essence mascara. That's also amazing. But yeah, I found it, so glad I didn't lose it. But yeah, so for today's lips, I'm going to do a matte liquid lipstick because I don't want my mask to ruin my lipstick. And matte liquid lipsticks are normally pretty good and mask resistant because they dry. But yes, I'm going to take the Maybelline Super Stay Matte Ink in the shade 65 Seductress. And yeah, it's just gonna do a really pretty nudie pink color, and I think it'll look really good with just like my simple lacy cream sweater. So we're gonna put that on real quick, and then I'll be right with you guys. All right, lipstick is on. I love this color. I feel like it's such a good nude, pinky nude. I don't like nude nudes. I like a pinky nude. So yeah, my makeup is done for the day, and I'm going to go eat sushi with my boyfriend and hopefully just have a good Saturday, and I hope you guys have a good Saturday as well. I'm nervous to post this video, and I was nervous to film this video. That's why I waited 2 months to film it. But I really think it's important for you guys to know what's going on with me, because I love to know what's going on with my favorite YouTubers. So just wanted to update you guys. Sorry that I got emotional in this video and then I talked about some heavy topics, but you know, it's the things I've been hiding. It's the things I struggle with, and I like to focus on the things that make me happy instead. But sometimes you have to take a step back and look at it all. You can't just look at the things you like. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. A lot has changed in my life, some for the negative, but also, you know, things for the better. Like I'm a creature of habit, so when life gives you these curveballs and things change, that's really hard for me. But even though I'm sad about some of the changes, I'm also super excited and happy for some of the changes. Like, I'm so happy my sister got married, and I'm so happy to meet her little baby, and I'm glad that I got a new job because I like this one better, even though it was nerve-wracking and anxiety-inducing for me at first because I'm not good with change. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to it, and I'm really looking forward to making more videos for you guys that are, you know, lighter and happier and things I want to post. And I'm looking forward to Solomon's music career growing, and I'm just so blessed. God is good. God is good. I mean, if you're not Christian, I hope that didn't offend you, but I'm Christian, so God is good. Or, you know, if you don't believe in God, just know that things will get better. You know, you have your bad days, but you also have your good days.
So sorry this video is a mess, but I just wanted to update you guys and just thank you so much for watching. If you want to keep up with me, you can see like more photos from the wedding, more Halloween photos, you know, more things that happen in my life I'll post about on there. Here's my TikTok and my Instagram. Go check those out. That's how you can keep up with me. And you know, if you want to subscribe to keep up with me and my channel, I would appreciate that too. And hopefully I can get that video up with me and Solomon's friends soon, because I think that'll be really fun. And anyway, just thank you guys so much for watching, and remember to like, comment, subscribe, and to have an amazing day. Bye!
You are always on my mind, always on my mind, always on my mind. Oh.